key. I push the start to start my week. I'm in this photo, pour so photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go-getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Photo, pour so photogenic. All my life I've been a go-getter. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Washington Commanders. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Well, this defense for the Packers, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points again...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Again, it's Jones. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango. Rodgers now on 1st down. Throwing right, and that's complete. No gain on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. go play action here on first down. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A huge play there for Washington. 41 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. It returns it right back to Samuel. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, 1st down.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Gibson. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Antonio Gibson, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point through the Snowflakes, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The 22 more yards there and another 1st down.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So why go for that there? First half, you could have tied the game at 7. Why try to get the lead?
Feels like an analytics call, doesn't it? That's starting to really get into the game where they're studying where you can make extra points and the whole deal and get an advantage. But I don't know that we have enough data yet to really say this is the right play or the wrong play. Maybe in 2 or 3 more seasons.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 13 yards there and a Washington first. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Back to throw now on first down. Going up top for Miller. And this throw will be intercepted. And the Packers will take over here just shy of the 30.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row.
And he fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson. With career touchdown number 96, he joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now Joey Slye for the point after. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. Joey Slye now to kick off after the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and that will bring up second down. Rodgers going to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Give him 2 on the play there. And that leads to a Green Bay first. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll go in. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. That's complete to Dobbs. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. On play action, it's Rodgers. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he is going to have a Packers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard. Off the option, it's Jones. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now Jones. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 2nd and goal from the 1. On the sneak, Rodgers. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now this time Rodgers will throw. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here? Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make him punt it. Shot before half for Rodgers. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones, as time expires in the first half. And the Packers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. This defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line. And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown. And he's got it. So they get the 2-point conversion, and with that, this game suddenly tied as we reach the end of the first half. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the 2nd half. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This offense ready for the first drive of the 3rd quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard. And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense? Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Rodgers' throw finds its target, Dobbs. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Romeo Dobbs, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Packers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Rodgers will throw for it. And he'll get into the end zone. That gives his guys an 8-point lead. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Now a play fake here on 1st down. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Let's go now.
A give running right, Gibson. And this is going to be a Commander's 1st down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. And the Commanders will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Slot man moves right. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll run with Gibson. And Gibson looking for some kind of opening, but he has none. They rally up to stop him short of the marker. They'll go. It's Gibson. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Rodgers now on 1st down. Looking left sideline, incomplete. That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain? To throw on 2nd and 10, Rodgers. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And Rodgers intercepted a third time. And the Commanders are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, 60 yards. And the Commanders have cut the lead back down to 2. They'll try and throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Adrian Amos for the pick.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Completes it again to Dobbs. And out across midfield down to the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 28. To throw is Rodgers. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Commanders are going to have it here just past the 25. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 60 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Here we go. Check.
On play action, they'll throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And some space here. And he's got this down to the 35. 15 yards the pickup. First down, Washington.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads. Bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. On first down, right back to Gibson. Down to about the 32.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Commanders have taken a fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is up to 5. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Tunyon's got it on the out route. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Shotgun now for Rodgers. They'll go right back to Tunyon. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
On first down, Rodgers. Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Rodgers again now. That is caught inside the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Jones will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a one-score game. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try again with Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones with a milestone career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list. And the Packers answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Once more, Gibson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Here we go on 4th down. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 110 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Going to be caught downfield by Dotson. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Charles, that drive was perfect, methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. 26. To throw is Rodgers. And complete once again to Watson. Now they do indeed get the timeout, so all is not lost. They'll have a chance for one final heave to the end zone. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. One final try now for Rodgers. He's going to look deep down the field. He forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for Washington, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, it's a slip-up that could cost them as they drop now to 12-3. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks.